Hey everybody, welcome back to the Vinyl Countdown. Say, do you like music? Do you like records? Or how about finding cool stuff out in the wild like this? Well, then you came to the right place. We love having a good time at the Vinyl Countdown. Yeah, and that's your host, Peaches. He's always up for a good time. So if you want to have some fun, why don't you sit back and relax, maybe grab a beverage, and join us for another episode of the Vinyl Countdown. Oh, yeah. Hey you guys, welcome back to the Vinyl Countdown. I'm Peaches. What's going on? Oh yeah? Can't hear you. Yeah, I'm sitting in the easy listening lounge once again, you guys. Just having a blast, listening to some tunes. I got some Extreme Porno Graffiti 2 playing right now. I love that stuff, you guys. So, what are we going to do on the Vinyl Countdown today? I have something that I need to talk to you guys about, and it's really weighing on me heavy, okay? I don't mean to sound dramatic or anything, but I think a lot of us may have ran into this problem in their lives with music on more than one occasion. So I have a dilemma, okay, and I want to talk to you about that. But first I want to show you something. We told you guys, on our last episode, let me say this. On our last episode, we took you guys hunting out in the wild. Yeah, on safari with Mr. and Mrs. Peaches, right? Out in the wild hunting for vinyl. And we showed you guys on our last album that we found this one in the wild. And it was $18 minus 10%. So what is that, like 16 something? So not a bad price, right? And this record booth that we showed you guys, I have known this record booth for at least a couple years now, okay? And so I have been able to kind of build a trust that the guy that has this record booth in the Antiques Mall, he puts out some nice stuff. I mean, he doesn't sell you anything that's not good. You know what I'm saying? So you can probably I have built a trust where I can take a quick look at everything and kind of just go, okay, I'll take it, you know? But, so we didn't really look this over really closely at the Antiques Mall when we purchased it from our last video. So I got it home, and I want to show you something. Inside, if you grab the record and pull it out, and I'm not disappointed here, but I want to get your opinion on something, okay, you guys? So I'm gonna pull the record out of this MoFi sleeve, right? This is an original copy of Guns N' Roses Lies, okay? On Geffen Records, and it's in pretty nice shape. Okay, I'd have to say. I played it a couple nights ago, and ooh, I got a little smudge of something on there. Have you ever seen this before? Check this out. Look at the label. It's so far off center that it's almost in Playland. Have you guys ever ran into this before? Okay, and my question is, I don't mind this because if you look into other worlds of collecting, stuff like this, like maybe coins or something, if this was a coin, you'd probably have something that was worth a fortune. Okay? What does this do to a record collectability in the record collecting world? I mean, that thing is almost in Playland. Way off center. And it's originally like that because there's no other hole. So nobody pulled it off and moved it over or anything. That's the original hole, okay? There's no plugs in there. So my question to you is, does this make this original Guns N' Roses Lies copy worth anything more than normal? Let me know what you think in the comments, alright? Okay, back to the main subject of this video today, you guys, okay? You guys know Mr. Peaches, and he's all about the 80s, and especially 80s metal, okay? You know that by now, alright? Hang on. So what do you do when you're sitting in here in your easy listening lounge drinking coffee and all of a sudden it hits you really hard. Peaches, you have a new favorite band. Oh, it's not a new band, but in your listening experience, it has moved up to the ranks to take the #1 spot. And being sentimental like I am and me loving my 80s metal, do not at all in my heart want to make anybody in my collection play second fiddle to anybody. Okay? I love you guys and I love your music, and it doesn't matter what you are in my collection. You don't really have a ranking, okay? But why does it seem like I am gonna push them out of the way? Do you guys ever deal with these kinds of emotions when it comes to record collecting? Like, you almost make a line to stand in for artists, so to speak? Okay, there's one thing, like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's not fair of you to set your old favorite guys aside for a new favorite guy. It's kind of like choosing your children. No. It's not going to work, okay? So I'm dealing with that dilemma, and then there's a second part of the dilemma that brought me to this decision of having this new favorite group, okay? In my experience, you guys know I'm into music, okay? I collect records. I played violin for 10, 12 years. I play guitar. I play drums. I play bass. I like to sing. I like to at least think I can sing, But it's just stuff from the non-deals. You know what I'm saying? Hey, girl. But anyways, so yeah, I like singing and all that stuff. So I'm into music. So there's a problem that I have. Why is it that all the groups that I love are missing something that I keep striving for and I don't have the answer for it? Well, guess what? This new group that I'm going to tell you guys about, like I said, they're not new, but they seem to have filled that magical void that I could never get filled by listening to any other band. Now, let me give you some examples here. Okay. All right, let me take another step. Are you guys following me so far with this? I don't mean to not make sense. Maybe it'll make sense when I show you these, okay? Let's look at this album. Queensryche Empire. Revered as amazing. Not only to me, to a lot of people in the VC, okay? But there's always that thing that's been missing for me when it comes to all these records I'm going to show you right now. Man, I love you guys. You're super high up in my collection. You just happen to be kind of a rare record as well, but that doesn't really mean anything to me, okay, right now, because I'm talking about the dilemma, right? I love you guys, but you're so damn smooth. You're progressive metal. I love you, but you're so smooth, and I feel like inside my heart I need something more raw and powerful. Do you guys get that feeling? Like your tastes aren't quite being... It's like drinking Diet Coke, instead of regular. So there's this part of Queensryche where I go, I need something heavier. I need something heavier. So you guys aren't quite filling it for me right now. Okay? So then you move on to something else, right? Okay, let's move on to something else. Ooh, that hits a little bit harder. Motley Crue, Girls, Girls, Girls. Yeah, that's the kind of hard-hitting stuff I like. And it's kind of a party in a box, right? Yeah, I like a party, right? Okay, so I'm going to listen to Girls, Girls, Girls. Oh yeah, you guys really know how to party. In fact, you're probably known as the biggest partying band in the world, right? I mean, who can argue that? These guys, it's the sex, drugs, rock and roll, crazy, crazy dares, crazy, crazy things they did to get attention, and because they were just kind of outlaws. You know what I'm saying? It's how much coke, how much weed, how much whatever, how many strippers can we get to in this van and show the world that we are the ultimate party band of the century. But you guys, it gets kind of old after a while. I really don't like the objectification of everything, and I'm not really that big of a strip club fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I like the party, but you're just kind of weird, man. So then I don't get me wrong, love it though. I love this music. It's in my collection. I will never let it go. Okay. So let's get a little bit more on the straight and narrow, because I don't really. I like you because I like you guys now because you party, right? But you don't really party hard enough for me. So you still haven't filled that void for me. You know, I love your music. I think you're a great band. I grew up with you as a teenager. But I need something hard hitting, man. I need something hard hitting. So I'm kind of feel like, okay, that was a good direction for a little while, right? So if I need something a little bit more serious and hard hitting, well, of course. Why wouldn't you go with this? Or this? Yeah, there's something a little more hard-hitting, right, you guys? Okay. Not only is it hard-hitting, it's a little bit more serious. But, ooh, it could be a little bit too serious. It could be a little bit dark. It could be, okay, I like this because I'm angry. And I feel like rebelling against society because somebody pissed me off, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you have those really chunky and your drums and your guitars are awesome. But I need to come to the conclusion, you guys, neither one of you can sing worth a crap. Okay? I don't like your singing style. I like your music. If you just wouldn't sing, I'd be happy with you. But being that you're heavy and cool, right? I think I can learn to love this. And I do, you guys. I love this stuff, and I'm not going to give it up. Okay? I'm trying to concentrate on that small void that never seems to get filled, all right? So I'm not bashing any of this stuff. I listen to it all the time. Okay? I'm just trying to keep you guys on track here. Now, then I go to something like this, right? Skid Row, Slave to the Grind. I think we're almost there. You guys are heavy. Your songwriting is awesome. You tell awesome stories. You're real gritty and your singer's amazing. And your chunky power chords and your hard-hittingness. You love to party. You love to get in a little bit of trouble. But yet you can sit back and be a little bit realistic about things. You know, it's 18 in life, you guys. You know what I'm saying? That's on their other album, I know that, but still, even the other album, same thing. I love it. I love it. We're almost there. But still, there's something a little bit not there. What is it? What is it? And this is the whole thing, you guys, my whole life, okay? I don't mean to drag on here, but my whole life there's been something missing. And I have a new favorite group to fill that spot. And it's almost complete. It's as complete as it has ever been. And I hope you guys aren't disappointed, but this is the group, and I wanted to make a special video about them. It's Disturbed. This is Disturbed's debut album, and if you guys are not familiar with Disturbed, this is their first album from the year 2000, and it features the infamous worldwide hit Down with the Sickness. When I heard this song for the first time back in 2000, it blew my mind. What else do you do? There were bands. None of the local bands could play this stuff. None of them would even dare to. A, because they didn't have a singer that could do it, and they weren't skilled enough to do it. It was certainly something that took the world by storm, and it took me by storm completely. Now, I moved on from this album to discover them hitting the radio with other tunes, right? And Down with the Sickness almost became one of those songs that got ruined by the radio, right? Not for me, all right? Here's their 2002 album, Believe, okay? And this has that really awesome song that I love called Prayer, okay? 2002. Unbelievable album, you guys. And the thing about this group is they just kept growing. They just kept getting better at what they were doing. And if I were to describe this music to you, they probably put it into what you would call the new metal genre. But I'm telling you, it's hard to do because these guys are doing their own thing. It's a very cut up, heavy metal, unbelievably awesome vocals. Maybe sometimes when you see them live, it's a little off, but it's very hard music to do. It's not a walk in the park to play this kind of music. It's very syncopated. And do you know, let me describe something to you guys, okay? Have you ever been in like a stadium or been to a football game or a basketball game and people kind of stomp their feet and clap their hands and get real loud? And it just, as it gets louder and more crazy, it turns kind of into like a white noise, right? Where everything just gets filled up and it's a mosh of rumble, you know what I'm saying? Well, have you ever been in that situation at a football game or a basketball game or whatever event you've been to, say a rock concert even, where everybody starts pounding their feet and stomping at the same time? Womp, 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 and clapping at the same time, and all of a sudden it becomes this refined thump, 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 that it's like all of a sudden really powerful and really separated, and it's unbelievable to experience. You can feel the ground shaking and all that. And that's what Disturbed is like. They're a heavy metal group that really cuts up their songs in a way that everything hits in unison, and it's really hard, and it pounds and pounds and pounds, and it does this really great thing to me inside. You know what I'm saying? And it fills that void that was always missing. And it's not only the music, it's the songwriting, it's the lyrics, it's the unbelievably awesome vocals, okay? Now you go to, here's another one from Disturbed from 2005, okay? And this one's called 10,000 Fists, all right? This has the unbelievably awesome song called Stricken on it, okay? And Defy is another one. And this also has the cover tune Land of Confusion from Phil Collins. You know what I'm talking about? It was on MTV way back in the day, like when MTV almost first came out. Yeah, they redid these guys do amazing cover tunes. They will blow your mind, okay? They've done a few of them. Just go check them out. You know what I'm saying? But once again, another amazing, I love that song 10,000 Fists. If you guys just go experience it one time, pick up one of these albums, go on YouTube. But I'm telling you, it's amazing when it's put on your record player or a CD on a big system, you know, or live, and that really does bring it out. I'd have to say it's not something you want to listen to on your clock radio, okay? Because it won't make any sense. Okay, but yeah, this is a gatefold of 10,000 Fists, and you can still pick up. Here's the front. You can still pick up these albums in the record store somewhere brand new. You know, a lot of times they're out of stock because people just pick them up right and left. They can't hardly keep them on the shelves. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, there's 10,000 Fists from 2005. Okay. Now here's another one, you guys. 2008. Another Disturbed album. Indestructible. Wow. As the years go by and these guys get more practice on tour and get better at what they're doing, they just come out with another even better album. So this is the 2008 Indestructible. Inside the Fire. Inside the Fire. You guys have to check out that song. It's a song about suicide. As far as Dave Draymond tells us, and he's the lead singer. Okay, Dave Draymond is. Inside the Fire, and then there's another version of Stricken on here as well. In the song Indestructible. I mean, this album will blow your mind. You know, and as Disturbed started getting more experienced and started putting out more albums, they really started leaning towards this. And here's another term to describe Disturbed: Lord of the Rings on nitrous. Okay? If you think of the movie Lord of the Rings, and when they climb over that mountain and they see that, well, I don't remember the name of the place. What is it, Mordor or something? You know, it had the big wall and it looked like hell and darkness on the other side. You can actually see, you know, the imagery here. Yeah, Lord of the Rings times 1,000, and their music started showing this real like Lord of the Rings battle cry type style, which. Andy, I don't know if you're watching, and I know Andy's a big fan. If you love Lord of the Rings, man, you're going to start getting into the time zone here where Disturbed started going majorly into this, like I said, hard-hitting, chunky, in unison music that had this real Lord of the Rings vengeful style to them. And like I said, where do you pick up heavy metal where the singer is unbelievably amazing? I mean, most of the thrash that I listen to or hear doesn't have good singers at all. I mean, if you really look on the whole grand scheme of things, you know, they're no Shinedown, they're no Disturbed, and they're no Sebastian Bach. Usually there are a lot of yelling and stuff, which is part of the style of the music, and I'm not putting it down. I'm trying to help you understand my void in my heart when it comes to music, okay? So yeah, there's their 2008 album. Now I'm missing a few Disturbed albums because I simply can't find them in the wild, and I haven't taken the time to buy them online, okay? But here, this is the one that made me do this video, you guys, okay? And this is the whole reason I am bringing these guys right to the front of the ship. Yeah, did you see Titanic when... Yeah, the chick's standing out there with Leonardo and they got their hands over the railing. Front of the ship, you guys. Right here. Immortalized by Disturbed. You guys, if I were to suggest an album, if you love the heavy metal, I'm not even going to say new metal. Okay, I'm just saying heavy metal. Okay. If you love heavy metal, I cannot urge you enough to try this album out. Try to grab it on vinyl if you can, okay? This album is so heavy, so Lord of the Rings, times 1,000. I mean, every time I hear this, I went through this whole album last night at like midnight. On YouTube, and I watched. They don't really have a lot of videos for this, but man, the songs on here. This is, I believe it's yeah. This one came out in 2015. It's immortalized, and it's got the song Immortalized, and which is an unbelievable song. And then it's got the Vengeful one, and then it's got a bunch of other tunes. There's a couple of slow songs on here. And then there's a song about, you know, smoking the doobs or whatever on here called Fire It Up, if you like that kind of music. Yeah, Fire It Up. Who You're Mine. What Are You Waiting For? I mean, it's kind of an inspirational album as well. If heavy metal can be inspirational, I don't know, but they're doing it. That's for sure. But that song, oh man, Immortalized, and then it's got a really great intro to the album. That's kind of a mystical thing. But man, I have been out there listening to stuff, and there is nobody in my mind that can match these guys. So I'm just gonna leave you with that, okay? This is my biggest suggestion to anyone right now for anything out there. If you like metal music, Even if you're on the edge of liking metal music, this is the one to have. And go, like I said, go grab the rest of them. I am going to be picking up. I'm going to be completing this. I will have a discography of all of their stuff eventually. Okay, and they do have a really awesome box set where you can get most all of their stuff at one time if you go out and look for it. It's not available new right now probably, but maybe used or still sealed. Okay. So guys, thank you for coming down to the Vinyl Countdown. This is a really big deal for me. I'm kind of officially naming these guys as my new favorite group. Okay, and Skid Row is not going anywhere. Okay, neither's Motley Crue or Megadeth or Metallica, but these guys are now my new favorite group. All right, thank you for coming down to the Vinyl Countdown. Thank you for being patient with Peaches, because like I said, it's weighing on me really hard. Okay. And I hope you guys go and check out Disturbed. They've kind of been forgotten lately. And I'm telling you, I've seen them live and it's irreplaceable. All right? You guys have a great night and many more episodes to come, all right? We'll talk to you later.